Hi, I'm Vikram N from California High School, and this is my third milestone video for the ISS tracker. The third milestone was by far the hardest out of the milestones because the first two were basically just set up. While this one, you actually had to put in the work to get this display going. My third milestone was to be able to display the current location of the ISS on the Pi portal on top of a projection of the Earth alongside the local date and time of the location that it's in. It should be displaying about 351 right now. This milestone was no doubt the hardest of all the milestones, and I faced the most amount of challenges here. So the first challenge was that it wasn't really connecting to the network. If you remember in my second milestone video, I used ESP32 SPI code to connect this thing to the network. However, this code, the code that's currently projecting the Pi portal, the code that's currently projecting the ISS's location, is using a Pi portal object to connect to the internet. When ESP32 SPI and Pi portal are in the same code, it's basically like having two drivers with greatly differing beliefs on how to drive in the same driver's seat. You're going to lead to a car crash. So the first thing I had to do was cut that out. However, the second challenge, I kept getting error about line 181 in a file called init.py, and an attribute error about the PyPortal object not having a root group. I didn't really know what to do, and I went to an instructor. However, the first thing that the instructor told me was to get MooEditor because I was using TextEdit at the time, which is not ideal for coding. But the thing is, I couldn't just simply download MooEditor because I was not an administrator on my own computer, and I didn't really know my dad's password. So I had to call him. He was in LA at the time, and we still couldn't get his password and download MooEditor. So we had to use a loaner laptop, which apparently had Google Chrome running 18 times, and it was just really slow. We still couldn't troubleshoot what was going on with init.py. When we got home, it took about 2 hours, but my dad was able to reset both of our passwords and make me an administrator on the computer. So I could finally get MooEditor. However, I still had the looming threat of line 181 and the attribute error. So I decided to go to my instructor, who simply told me that I should hard reset this and just start over, because apparently the problem only arose because I apparently deleted a file that was integral to the project working, and that file we could not get from that file could not be got from the internet. It had to be on the Pi portal. So I didn't know how to hard reset it because every time I tried resetting it, it went to the state that it was before, the broken state. So I went to another instructor who happened to work on the ISS tracker when he was a student at BlueStamp. So he easily hard reset it and steamrolled through all the problems. And then when I put in the code, it actually worked. So that's the end of all the problems we had here. So how it works is, in the code, it connects to an API, which just displays the longitude and latitude of the ISS that's currently circling around the Earth. And it converts and there's an equation in the code that converts longitude and latitude into coordinates on a bitmap. So it can actually display on a bitmap, since longitude and latitude is spherical, but this is not spherical. You can see right here. And so hopefully the tail is big enough to show you where the prior location of the ISS was. And it updates about every 10 seconds. I'm currently working on modifications right now. I have, I think, 2 in mind. One is so it could connect to another satellite, and another, I checked in the modules I have to download, and one of them was for a touchscreen Pi portal, which never got used. I hope to use that in my upcoming modification.